As we discussed, the sea's waves became calm and the island's rumbling faded. But confused shouts were heard over the water from Texel Island, so loud even with the distance that the hundreds of Hook Gang members must have been in complete chaos. Soon, more small boats rowed out, and 4 speedboats moved forward fast, just like after the first explosion. This time, though, Ricardo at the front looked clearly panicked, and the boats ignored his shouts, rushing forward. Some small boats, with light machine guns, shot at the speedboats as they came closer. Ricardo had power over the Hook Gang, but these desperate criminals were cowards at heart. After 2 huge blasts, they believed the island could turn to ash any moment. Staying was impossible. From the ring of islands, we hid behind rocks, watching the battle happen. Ricardo ducked into the cabin. 2 of his 4 speedboats held the exit, while the other 2 moved forward fast, their machine guns firing. Small boats fell, but one small boat carried a strong man who shouted and threw 3 grenades at a speedboat. He was close when he threw them. The speedboat hit his small boat, breaking it in half. He screamed, thrown into the air. Just then, his grenades exploded, destroying the speedboat and throwing the man 5 or 6 feet higher. His body, like a paper doll, broke apart, arms and head separating, falling to the sea. I had seen many deaths, but none so strange. I looked at Red. Her eyes were wide, not blinking. The speedboat sank fast. Another tried to run but was surrounded by small boats. Its 2 gunners stood, hands raised, shouting, "We are with you." But someone jumped on board, cursing, "Your mother is with us." A curved knife flashed, blood sprayed, and the gunners were stabbed dead and kicked into the sea. More small boats surrounded the speedboat, people quickly getting on board, cutting at each other's hands on the rails with knives. Ricardo's 2 boats still held the exit, machine guns firing constantly. Screams, gunshots, engine sounds, and the island's unending rumbling mixed with broken body parts, blood-red water, and the terrible smell of gunpowder and blood, a scene of pure horror. Even Song Jian, Song Fu, and I felt our hearts beat fast. We turned to Red. She bit her lip, her face very pale. Song Fu said, "Red, are you okay?" "I don't believe it," she whispered. "I don't believe this is real." I interrupted, "Red, this will be better than your friend's cannibal tribe stories." She took a deep breath, her eyes still looking at the sea. The speedboat, too full of people like ants on a log, sank under the weight. Those who had fought to get on it jumped off, swimming towards the exit. The tide was going out, pulling everything dead, alive, wounded towards the opening. A few broke through the machine gun fire, reaching Ricardo's speedboat and climbing on board. His boats then went fast away. We could not see what happened next, but those who got on board were surely dead by Ricardo's hand. As the boats left, the unharmed people grabbed small boats and rafts, riding the current out. The dead and wounded floated, and the sea became calm again. We breathed out together. Song Jian said, "After this killing, there might not be any Hook Gang left on Texel Island." Song Fu added, "The Hook Gang is gone, but whoever drove them out with this plan is tougher, and we don't know who they are." I felt a sudden jolt. Could it be Old Bai and Bai Su? Song Fu became quiet. Song Jian said, "I was thinking that too. Only Old Bai could do something this clever." Song Fu, not convinced, said, "If it were not for their interference, our Tulonini would have worked just as well, to keep the peace." Song Jian and I did not argue. I thought to myself that while Tulonini could have defeated the Hook Gang, pretending it was a volcanic eruption was much more brilliant. Song Fu saw our quietness and stopped talking about it. After a pause, Red said, "What are we waiting for? Let's go to Texel Island." I agreed. "Well said. No need to swim, let's bring the speedboat in." Song Fu warned, "No, until we know who is behind the explosions, we should not show ourselves." Song Jian said, "Then we swim." Red and I nodded. We jumped in and swam forward. Half an hour later, we reached the shore. Song Jian said, "I will lead. Follow me." I added, "Song Fu, look after Red." "I will take the rear." Song Fu did not protest. The 4 of us moved along the shore for many yards, found a narrow path and climbed towards a hilltop. Soon, we reached the top. Looking down, the island's buildings seemed completely broken. It was very quiet and strange, as if no one lived there. The volcano hole still let out smoke. Song Jian stopped. Could those two explosions really not be made by humans? Song Fu spoke softly. Impossible. Red asked, then where is the person who caused them? None of us could answer. Song Fu said, let's check the volcano hole first. He ran downhill, and I followed. At the bottom, as we prepared to go towards the volcano's hill, a loud sound was heard. A fist-sized rock landed next to us. We turned towards the noise. Song Fu immediately took out his gun. But when we looked, we raised our hands to show we gave up. Song Fu unwillingly dropped his weapon. High above, between two large rocks, Bai Kiwei stood, aiming a submachine gun at us. He looked tired and thin, but with such a deadly weapon and at that distance, he had us trapped. We could not rush him. We looked at each other, could not speak. Bai Kiwei laughed, firing many shots into the sky. The shots made a sharp echo in the island's quietness. You have been busy for days, he said in a mean way, and still end up in my hands. Song Jian said, Kiwei, put the gun down. Your father is here. Bai Kiwei laughed again. If the old man is here, you would already be dead, killed by the Hook Gang. He said killed by the Hook Gang very strongly. In that moment, we all understood. We could not speak. Bai Kiwei clearly planned to kill us, blaming the Hook Gang. With no proof, he would go free. I knew Bai Kiwei's clever dishonesty, so I was not shocked, just very angry. Song Jian shouted loudly, Kiwei. Bai Kiwei made a harsh laugh. His submachine gun's barrel moved down, slowly aiming at us, his finger pressing tighter. Song Fu shouted, moving forward fast, but Song Jian grabbed him, yelling, get down, roll. I kicked Red's legs, sending her to the ground. The four of us fell to the ground, ready to roll to try to escape. But at that moment, a sharp hissing sound came from the side. The sound was very fast. Almost at the same time, a metal clang was heard. Something hit Bai Kiwei's gun, making it move upward. In that very short moment, many bullets were fired, but the gun pointing up sent them over our heads. Another hissing sound followed. This time, we saw a silver flash move fast towards Bai Kiwei's wrist, unbelievably fast. He moved away, but was not fast enough. The object hit his wrist, and he screamed in pain, dropping the gun. Song Fu, Song Jian, and I jumped up, trying to grab it. But as fast as we were, someone else was faster. A person moved fast from the grass, quick like smoke, moving smoothly over the ground. Very quickly, they snatched the submachine gun. We three stopped, surprised, then saw her clearly white silk pants and shirt, long hair over her shoulders. It was Bai Su. We stood shocked, could not speak, when Bai Kiwei cried out, Sister. His voice showed great shock. Bai Su turned. Brother, you have done too many bad things. Song Jian quickly asked, is your father here too? A rough voice answered, I am here. I knew old Bai's voice immediately and rushed to meet him. We knew it was your brilliant plan. Old Bai smiled. You have all worked hard.